Hi, I'm John McEnroe. Are you sitting comfortably? Our contestants won't be in the chair. To win 50,000 pounds tonight, our contestants will need every ounce of skill and control they have. Already in our auditions, they've passed the general knowledge test and proved that they have some control over their heart rate. But when you're up against the chair, anything can happen. Over the past few hours, each of our contestants has had their resting heart rate measured by our medical team. The closer they can keep their pulse to that resting heart rate, the more successful they will be. Control is crucial. All our contestants faced tough questions and explosive shocks as we separated the strong from the weak, and our heart rate monitor told the story of who had what it takes. But if the contestants thought all that was tough, it's nothing compared to what's waiting for them in the chair. This is TV's toughest quiz. So has Dave Earl got what it takes to beat the chair?
Hi, I'm Dave Earl. I'm 38 years old and I'm from Banbury in Oxfordshire and I am a fitness instructor. My main passion in life is boxing. I also had to go out kickboxing, did that for 4 years and managed to enter the World Championships, which was a proud moment. Hopefully my fitness training will help me out when I'm in the chair, because I've got a healthy heart. I think the people in my own town think I'm great. They think I'm a real nice guy. I help cats out of trees and open doors for old ladies. But little do they know that when I'm trying to keep my heart rate down, I'm going to be looking at them and imagining them in their underwear. I have a lot of respect for John McEnroe. I've got to respect anybody who's achieved what he has achieved. But on this show, I'm going to be as cool and as calm as Beyond Ball, and I'm going to be boxing clever.
Dave, welcome to the chair.
Hello.
Now, I see here you're famous in your town as a singing bouncer. Is that true?
That's right.
You want to sing something for us?
You want me to?
I'd love it. Yeah, absolutely.
You want me to? Dale!
Hey! I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Join in. Daylight come and me want go home. Me said day, me said day, me said day, me said day, me said day. Oh.
Why did I ask? Now, is that what you sing when you throw people out, or try to get people in?
Have to get rid of the people.
You got to keep your cool out there. What you're doing right now, all you got to do is answer 7 questions, survive a couple heart stoppers. I'll give you a check for 50,000 pounds. Now, how does that sound? Dave's 38. He says he's going on 21, so he's ready to go. It's game time. All right, Dave, earlier we measured your resting heart rate at 74. You get a safety margin of 70% above that. Gives you a red line rate of 126. If you go over that during a question, you cannot answer it till you get back under the red line, and you lose money. 10 pounds a second on the first question. Now, I'm going to give you 500 pounds to start since I'm such a nice guy. Here's your first question for another 1,000 pounds. Tudor, Windsor, York, or Devon? Which of these names has never been the surname of the English royal family? You may answer the question.
Barbara Windsor, she's in the Queen Vic, so she can't be.
All right.
She's a queen. I'll guess that. Devon.
Dave, good guess. You are correct. pounds onto your total, which is now 1,500 pounds. Now, who'd you bring with you tonight to...
My sister, Valerie.
Valerie, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, John.
Is Dave always this cool, calm, and collected?
Definitely, yeah, sometimes cooler. Really laid back.
What, you can't fall asleep during the show, okay? All right, we're going to turn up the heat a little. Your red line rate's going to go down by 5% of your resting heart rate, so keep that heartbeat steady. That's for each question. This time you lose 20 pounds a second if you red line. Okay. Got to keep the eyes open, though, Dave. That's the other rule, all right? Here's question 2, or I throw you out of the chair for 1,500 pounds. Realism, impressionism, abstract art, or pop art. For which of the following styles is Andy Warhol famous? You may answer the question.
It's one of either pop art or abstract, I think. Warhol. That's on the buildings and on the big buildings and...
Andy Warhol.
I'll have another guess again, because I don't know what it is. I'm going to say... I'll say pop art.
I like the way you guess, Dave. You're a good guesser. You're right again. It was pop art. That's another 1,500 pounds added to your total. You're now up to 3,000 pounds. Now watch out, that red line rate comes down again. Things are going to get a little tougher. Now it's 30 pounds a second if you red line.
Can I go in?
Hold on a second. Here comes your first heart stop. I'm going to give you the chance to add a few heartbeats to your red line rate. You got 45 seconds to answer as many questions as you can. Each one you get right, I'll give you back a heartbeat. No red lining. You can pass. Your time starts now. What is 32 plus 6 plus 4?
42.
Correct. Who had a #1 hit with Flying Without Wings?
Pass.
Westlife. Which city is the seat of the Netherlands government?
Which seat is the seat? I don't know.
The Hague. Which element has the chemical symbol Ca?
Calcium.
Correct. Which football club are nicknamed the Toffees?
Everton.
Correct. Who played the title role in the TV comedy Linda Green?
Don't know.
Liza Tarbuck. In which Dickens novel would you find the character Magwitch?
Don't know.
Great Expectations. In Cockney rhyming slang, what are apples and pears?
Stairs.
Correct.
Sorry.
Statue of whom watches over the Brazilian city of Rio de Janeiro?
Don't know.
It's Christ the Redeemer. You got 4 right, though. Your red line rate is up to 122. Well under control there. That could be helpful down the road. Let's move on to question 3. This is for 2,000 pounds. Bad news is you red line during this, you lose 30 pounds a second. Coming up is a series of images. Concentrate, then I'll ask the question. Let's run it. All right, Dave, for 2,000 additional pounds. Give way, bike route, dead end, or no entry. In the second image, what was the wording on the sign? You may answer the question.
It was bike route.
Let's see if Dave is right. You were right, sir. Well done. Cruising right along here. Just like that, your total is 5,000 pounds. Guess what? That means you can stabilize that total. That means even if you get a question wrong, you keep the money unless you red line it away. You can stabilize now or later. But remember, if you get a question wrong before you stabilize, you lose everything you've won. It's a bit of a gamble. What would you like to do? Audience, what should he do? Gamble or stabilize? Sis, Valerie, what do you think?
I think you should stabilise, definitely.
Cheers, Val.
Is that right? Anytime.
Most importantly, Dave, what do you think?
I think I'm enough to stabilise.
All right, Dave has decided to stabilize at 5,000 pounds. We move on. Your red line rate drops. There it is. I'm getting tough now. If you red line, I'm taking away 50 pounds a second. Here's question 4 for 3,000 pounds. Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakesh, or Tangier. What is the capital of Morocco? You may answer the question.
Well, I'm going to guess, can't get that corn, I'm going to have to, Tangier.
Tangier, no, Dave, it's not Tangier. It's Rabat. That's bad luck. I'm sorry, Dave, but here's the good news. You're walking away with 5,000 pounds. That's not too bad. Let's hear it for Dave Earl. But the chair scores another victory.
With the money, I'm going to invest it in getting people healthy. Okay, it's my ambition to get as many people as I can, as healthy as I can. It was very good to have Valerie there. I love my sisters, all of my sisters. John McEnroe's cool, nice bloke. I'd have a drink with him.
So who is going to beat the chair and grab that 50,000 pounds? Maybe it'll be Karen Cherry.
Karen Cherry, I'm 39-year-old and I'm from Rosington near Doncaster. I'm a part-time cashier at a bookmaker's and that involves taking bets and paying out money, and I think it's about time I earned some money for myself. I've got a big family, so if I win the money I would like to buy a 7-seater car. To keep my heart rate down on the chair, I think I'm going to use the breathing exercises that I've practiced when I was having my 4 children. I used to be a county pool player in my teens, but now I just play for the local men's league. I think that will help me because I'm used to playing pool against men, so John McEnroe is not going to frighten me.
Welcome to the chair.
Thank you, John.
You doing okay over there?
I'm fine, thank you.
Is it nice and uncomfortable, the way we like it? Karen, I understand you can read the alphabet backwards.
Yes, that's correct.
Will we like to hear that?
Oh, no.
Come on, one time before we get started. Go for it.
ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJIHGFEDCBA.
Actually, she got one wrong. You know which one? All right, now hear that sound, right? That's what your heart rate's doing right now. That's your heartbeat. You gotta keep it under control, or otherwise you can lose everything. Now I'm gonna throw 7 questions at you and 2 heart stoppers. You're playing for 50,000 pounds. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Karen, good luck. It's game time. Medics reported your resting heart rate at 74. Your red line rate is 70% above that at 126. For every second you go over that during a question, you lose money, starting at 10 pounds a second on question 1. So keep things under control. I'm going to give you 500 pounds to start. Here's your first question for an additional 1,000 pounds. Strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, or cranberry? Which fruit sauce is traditionally served with turkey? You may answer the question.
It's cranberry, John.
Cranberry is correct. Another 1,000 pounds takes you up to 1,500. Now, who have you brought with you tonight to help you out?
Brought my husband, John.
John, nice name, first of all.
Yeah, John, all right.
How are you?
All right, mate.
You guys work a couple ways out to keep calm here?
She plays pool for team line. She's pretty good. She beats me all the time anyway.
So just imagine her playing pool, is that
Yes,
it?
definitely imagine her playing pool, yeah. She's a brilliant player.
All right, things get a little tougher. We're going to lower your red line rate by 5% of your resting heart rate. Keep an eye on the heartbeat. And this time you're going to lose 20 pounds a second if you redline. Here's your second question for 1,500 pounds. Snake, dog, child, or spider? In Australian slang, what is an ankle biter? You may answer the question.
Snake, John.
Karen, it's not a snake. I'm sorry, it's a child.
Oh, I thought
You should have known that with all your kids. Sorry, Karen, it's been a pleasure. A short pleasure, unfortunately. You're another victim of the chair. Goodbye.
I don't really know what happened. I knew it was a child, and I doubted what I actually thought it was. It just seemed too easy, that. I just doubted the answer. I made a mistake. John McEnroe was very nice. I wasn't as scared of him as I thought I'd be.
Next contestant, Paul Williams, it's time to face the chair.
I'm Paul Williams. I'm from Banbury in Oxfordshire. I'm 44 years of age and I work for the Defence Fire Service as a fire safety officer. I was in the Royal Navy for 7 years as a submariner. Being in a submarine can be stressful, but obviously with the training you learn to cope with the stress. To keep my heart rate down, I control my breathing certainly, and I do use a gym, nothing too serious, some light weights, some cardiovascular rowing, things which are going to keep your weight reasonably trim. There's really no concerns about the chair. As long as it's comfortable, I don't care. Well, John, you might have been able to rattle them umpires in their chairs when you were at Wimbledon, but you're not going to rattle me.
Paul, welcome to the chair.
Thank you very much, John.
So it's got to be really uncomfortable in a submarine, though, right? Is it as uncomfortable as it looks?
There's not a lot of space, John.
Now, what do you do if a John McEnroe's down there, someone like a John McEnroe, and they lose their temper down there?
You'd be the straitjacket, mate.
You sound like an umpire at Wimbledon. I see you were a seating steward at Wimbledon for a couple weeks. Is that true?
Certainly was, John.
Here's the part I don't like, though. You were more interested in the ice cream girls than the tennis.
Well, the age of about 22, 23, the ice cream girls were a lot more important than you.
You know something, Paul? I'm pleased to hear that. That's okay. Now, that sound you hear is your heartbeat, okay? Since you're a fit guy, you're going to have to keep that heart rate under control, all right? You got 7 questions and 2 heart stoppers for 50,000 pounds. So try to keep it slow. We know you're tough. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready, John.
Let's give it a shot, Paul. It's game time. All right, Paul, your resting heart rate is 56. Now, a safety margin of 70% above that gives you only a red line rate of 95. And remember, if you're redlining, you cannot answer a question. On question 1, it costs you 10 pounds a second. You do have to keep your eyes open, too. It's 500 pounds to start. You're redlining now, but you don't lose any money until after I've asked this first question. So take a good deep breath, because this first question is worth 1,000 additional pounds. Mais oui. Merci. D'accord. À bientôt. Which of the following means thank you in French? You may answer the question.
Merci, John.
Merci is correct. All right, you've added 1,000 pounds to your total. Takes you up to 1,500 pounds, Paul. Now, who'd you bring with you tonight to help you along?
I brought one of my best mates, Pete.
Pete, how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad.
You guys come up with a plan to beat the chair?
No, I've got all my trust in Paul. He's really.
So what the hell are you here for?
I'm here for the ride.
All right. Let's turn up the heat a little bit. It's question 2. Your red line rate goes down. Now you lose 20 pounds a second, Paul, if you redline. Now, as I said, you're redlining there, but you don't lose any money to after this next question, and it's coming for 1,500 pounds. Baseball, basketball, American football, or volleyball. Which sport do the New York Yankees play? You may not yet answer the question. You are losing money at the rate of 20 pounds a second. So you need to get that heart rate down. Come on, Paul, you're a firefighter. Been in more stressful situations than this, I'm sure.
Come on, Paul. Just focus on it.
Got to keep the eyes open too there, Paul. That's a no-no in this game. You may answer the question.
Baseball, John.
Baseball is correct, Paul. Now, you did redline some of that away. This takes your total now to 2,220 pounds. Next question, and once again, I'm going to drop your red line rate. Make things harder. You lose 30 pounds a second if you redline. Uh-oh, that's your first hard stop for 45 seconds of quick questions. For everyone you get right, you get a heartbeat. There's no redlining. You can pass. Your time starts now. What is 6 times 7?
42.
That's correct. Which town in southwest France do pilgrims travel to in search of a miraculous cure?
Lourdes.
That's correct. Which instrument is Frédéric Chopin associated with?
Piano.
That's correct. Who played the detective Poirot in the TV version of Agatha Christie's novels?
Pass.
David Suchet. What animal is the national symbol of South Africa?
Springbok.
That's correct. In archery, what color is the center of the target?
Gold.
Correct. In which decade was the Charleston dance first fashionable?
1920s.
That's correct. Who is famous for playing Indiana Jones?
Charlton Heston.
Harrison Ford. Which Spanish drink is made from red wine, soda water, and marinated fruits? It's sangria. But you did get 6 correct, Paul, which takes that red line rate up a bit, which could help you. You borrow for you later on. Now you've made it to question 3, but if you redline during this, remember, you lose 30 pounds a second. It's a visual question for 2,000 pounds. You're going to see a series of images, so watch carefully. Let's run it. Here's your third question for 2,000 pounds. Circle, star, triangle, or rectangle. In the 6th image, what shape was shown inside the 4 squares? You may not yet answer the question. This time you're losing 30 pounds a second.
Just relax, Paul. Come on. You can do it. Deep breathing.
Need to get the heart rate down. I'll tell you to relax too, but I'm not sure I'm the guy to tell you that. Think of the tennis girls at Wimbledon. Back when we were younger. There you go. Just about there. You were just 1 away.
Come on, Paul.
Think
Just
of
relax.
something very
Take your time. Come on.
relaxing. Sorry, bad luck. The correct answer was star. You lost it all. Like I said, it's not easy to beat the chair. Thanks for playing, and let's hear it for Paul Williams.
I did know the answer to that question, and that's what gutted me probably more than anything really. I thought the chair was
difficult, but I should think everybody should have a go.
What is going on here? I've got 50,000 pounds. Doesn't anybody want it? Let's see if Lorraine Gregg can do it.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Gregg and I'm from Peterborough. I lead a very busy life, but I like nothing more than relaxing over a cup of tea with my friend Sharon. She's a very calming influence on me, which is why I've asked her to support me on the chair. During the day, I'm a science technician in our local secondary school. This involves making chemicals for lessons for students. Sometimes chemicals and children don't mix, so I do have to stay calm under pressure. I believe in myself and I'm going to beat the chair.
Lorraine, welcome to the chair.
Hello, John.
How you doing over there?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm ready to give away 50,000 pounds. Right, audience? We can't wait. Now, you're listening to that sound right there, right?
Yep.
Now, that's your heart rate, okay? So you got to keep that thing under control. Now, I see that you were, oh no, you played tennis for your school?
I did, yeah,
And
long
you were a
time
Borg
ago.
fan?
I was a huge Borg fan. You were the bad boy then.
It's got to be a bad boy, right? So what was it you liked so much about Borg?
Well, he was from Sweden, and at the time I was really a huge fan of ABBA, so everything Swedish appealed to me, in all honesty. But no, I really liked him, and I cried when he won, and I used to sit there so nervous for him when he was in the finals of Wimbledon.
Well, he did okay, didn't he? He won 5 straight Wimbledons.
He did really well. He did really well.
All right, and I see that if you win some money, you're going to spend money on your husband's 50th birthday party?
Yeah, it's his 50th birthday this week, and I really want to be able to buy him something nice. And I don't earn a huge amount of money in my job, so I'd like to be able to buy him something really nice.
All right, let's try to get you there. I'm going to ask you 7 questions and throw 2 heart stoppers at you. If you survive, you're going to win 50,000 pounds. All right, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's game time.
Okay.
Your resting heart rate is 77. So to start, your red line rate is 131. This is question 1. Redlining now will cost you 10 pounds a second. You get 500 pounds to start. Here's your first question for another 1,000 pounds. Steal, eat, scream, cry. Kleptomania is a compulsion to do what? You may answer the question.
Steal.
Steal is correct, Lorraine. You've added 1,000 pounds to your total. You're up to 1,500 pounds. Now, who was it you brought with you tonight?
My friend Sharon.
Sharon, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, John.
So what are your recommendations to Lorraine here? Because her heart rate's starting to go a little crazy.
Lorraine can definitely do it. I believe she can do it. She believes it too. I know she's going to do it.
Simple as that, huh?
Yeah.
All right, it's question 2. Let's see how good you are. I'm going to drop your red line rate. Now you lose 20 pounds a second if you red line. Here's the question. It's worth 1,500 pounds. Duke, Drake, Cygnet, duckling. What is the name for a male duck? You may not yet answer the question. Got to get that heart rate down here, Lorraine. You are losing 20 pounds a second. Nice cup of tea with your friend right now.
Go on, you're fine, Lorraine. Just breathe, keep calm, and take your time.
Should I tell Lorraine to relax? Like I did all the time? Just don't do what I did.
Time, breathe. You know you can do this.
There it is, it's coming down. You may answer the question.
Drake.
Drake is correct, Lorraine. All right, that's Good heart control. You got it down in the nick of time. You redlined some away, but you are at a total now of 1,900 pounds. Let's mix it up a little more. I'm going to drop your red line rate again. Now it costs you 30 pounds a second if you red line. There's your first heart stopper. You can add a few heartbeats to your red line rate here. You have 45 seconds. Every one you get right, you get an extra heartbeat. There's no redlining. Your time starts now. In which county would you find Stonehenge?
Wiltshire.
That's correct. Who wrote the Canterbury Tales?
Chaucer.
That's correct. What S is a Jewish place of worship?
Synagogue.
That's correct. What is 3 + 6 + 4?
13.
That's correct. In which country did Rasputin the monk live?
Tibet.
Russia. In which month is St. David's Day?
May.
March. Which American artist is known as the Godfather of Soul?
James Brown.
That's correct. Who's the Secretary of State for Culture, Media, and Sport?
Alan Milburn.
Tessa Jowell. What color is the cue ball and pool?
White.
That's correct. Which EastEnders actress played Miss Brahms in Are You Being Served?
Pass.
Wendy Richard. All right, the good news is you got 6 correct answers, so you get up to, we see there 129 now on your red line rate. That could be important as we move along. Now here's question 3. As always, it's a visual question. If you red line, you still lose 30 pounds a second. This is for 2,000 pounds. You see a series of pictures. Concentrate hard. All right, let's run it. All right, question 3 for 2,000 pounds. United States, United Kingdom, France, or Japan? Which country's flag was pictured in the 5th image? You may answer the question.
United Kingdom.
Let's see if Lorraine is right. She is right. Done, Lorraine. That's good stuff. That brings your total to 3,900 pounds. You are redlining now, but it's not costing any money. You got it back down again until I've finished asking the next question. Now's your chance to stabilize. You can make that money safe, or you can wait till later if you survive. If you don't stabilize now, you could guarantee more money, but you could lose it all now. What would you like to do, Lorraine?
I'd like to stabilise, please.
Lorraine is going to stabilize at 3,900 pounds. Okay, that's safe for the moment. Next question. Your red line rate is dropped again. Now I take 50 pounds a second if you go over it. We're at question 4. It's worth an additional 3,000 pounds. Here it is. George Clooney, Noah Weil, Eric LaSalle, or Anthony Edwards? Who plays Dr. John Carter in ER? You may answer the question.
There's only one name there that I can associate with ER, so I'm going to have to guess at George Clooney.
Lorraine, no, it's not George Clooney. It was Noah Weil.
Right.
It was Dr. John Carter. But there is good news. You stabilize at 3,900 pounds, so that money's yours. You did redline away 1,100. Let's hear it for Lorraine, but the real champion is the chair still. Bye-bye, Lorraine.
It wasn't as bad up in the chair as I thought it would be. At first, it was quite nerve-wracking, and then after a while, I did start to calm down and settle into it. I'm definitely going to buy my husband a really nice birthday present first with the money that I've won. And we're saving up to go on holiday next year to Florida with the children, so it will really help towards that.
So it's rough and it's tough trying to beat the chair. Steve, you're on.
Steve Ball from Kirkella in East Yorkshire. My wife Helen's with me to support me on the show. We've got 2 children, Henrietta and Max. I feel that with Helen here, it'll help me enjoy the whole experience a whole lot more. I enjoy squash, both playing and coaching the local juniors. I like quizzes, participating and watching quizzes as well. And I think the combination of these will probably help me when I get to sit in the chair. I support Sheffield Wednesday Football Club. As a consequence, I started collecting owls. And strangely enough, when I met Helen, she also collected owls, so now we've got a massive owl collection. John McEnroe, you saw off the iceberg. Well, I intend to be one customer who's just too cool for you.
Steve, welcome to the chair.
Nice to meet you, John.
So I see you playing Coach Squash.
That's right.
My question is why?
It's a good game.
Why would you play that wimpy game?
It's a good game, it keeps you fit, and I've moved on from tennis.
You don't want to win tonight, do you? Why would you move on from tennis and play squash?
Because I like a bigger challenge.
All right, they don't come any bigger than Johnny Mac here on the chair, all right? But this is the part I find hard to believe now. You used to get mistaken for John McEnroe? Is that true?
Yeah, I'm the same age.
Say that isn't true. You cannot be serious. All right, you hear that sound, right? That's your heartbeat. You got to keep that under control, all right? If you do, you could be walking away from this show with 50,000 pounds, okay? You got 7 questions, 2 heart stoppers to survive. You all set?
Yep.
It's game time. Steve, your resting heart rate is 76. We're going to up that by 70%. That means your red line rate is 129. As long as your heart rate stays under that, you keep playing and keep winning money. But if you go over that red line, you're frozen out until you get the heart rate down. Question 1, you lose 10 pounds a second if you go over. You got to keep the eyes open, too. Now, since we're lookalikes, I'm going to give you 500 pounds to start. It's not my money. What do I care, right? Here's your first question, worth 1,000 pounds more. Pigling, piggy, pig, or piglet. In Winnie the Pooh stories, what is the name of the pig? You may answer the question.
Piglet.
Piglet, Steve, is correct. Steve's got a couple of kids. He should know those stories. That's 1,000 pounds. Takes you up to 1,500 pounds. Now, who have you brought with you tonight, Steve?
I've got my wife, Helen, with me.
Helen, how are you?
I'm fine, John. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Super.
You guys have worked out a way to beat the chair?
Yeah, we've just come back from holiday and he's spent a full week lying in a lilo in the middle of a pool doing nothing. So I think you could just remember that as well.
Oh, you're putting me to
you'll
sleep.
be doing cool.
Now on, before each question, I'm going to lower your red line rate by 5% of your resting heart rate. Make things worse, you lose 20 pounds a second if you redline. Steve, here's question 2 for 1,500 pounds. Parallax, parallel, percentile, perpendicular. 2 or more lines that never intersect are called what? You may answer the question.
Parallel.
Parallel, Steve, is correct. That's another 1,500 pounds. Your red line rate goes down again. Now we take away 30 pounds a second if you redline during a question. Heart stopper time. Time for some quick fire questions. This is your chance to win back a few heartbeats and raise your red line rate. No penalties for redlining now. Steve, you have 45 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. Each one you get right, I'll give you back a heartbeat. You can pass and your time starts now. Which Scandinavian country has the highest population?
Sweden.
That's correct. Which author has written books set in the fictional Discworld?
Terry Pratchett.
Correct. What is a male goose called?
Gander.
Also correct. What bee was the first name of Frank Spencer's wife and some mothers do Avem?
Betty.
Betty. Correct. Who wrote the play Waiting for Godot?
John Osborne.
Samuel Beckett. How many grams are in a kilogram?
1,000.
Correct. In athletics, how many events make up a heptathlon?
7.
Correct. Who is the Home Secretary?
Pass.
David Blunkett. What is the chemical formula for water?
H2O.
Correct. Which country beginning with A was this?
Australia.
You're out of time there. You got 7 correct answers. Your red line rate up to 129. That's going to take the pressure off for a while. Let's move to question 3. It's for 2,000 pounds. You still lose 30 pounds a second if you redline. It's a visual question. So, Steve, watch these images closely. Let's roll it. All right, here's your question for 2,000 pounds. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday? What day of the week was seen next to the leaky fountain pen in the 6th image? Got to keep your eyes open there. You may answer the question.
I'll say Friday.
Friday. Let's see if you're right, Steve. You were right! That's good stuff. That brings your total up to 5,000 pounds. Now's your chance to stabilize that total. That means even if you get a question wrong, you keep the money. But the bad news is you can still redline it away. Audience, what do you think? Just for the... Audience thinks gambles. Helen, what do you think?
Well, we've come with nothing, John, so why not go for it? Give it a gamble.
Now you're talking. Most importantly, Steve, what do you think?
I'll do as she says. I'll go for it.
That's a smart husband. All right. During this question, you lose 50 pounds a second if you redline. Here's question 4 for 3,000 pounds. Let's drop that red line rate now. Cork, Dublin, Belfast, or Limerick? Which of the following is situated on the River Liffey? You may answer the question.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Well, for what it's worth, neither am I.
I'll go for Dublin.
You know something, Steve? You're right again. That's well done. Another 3,000 pounds, taking you to 8,000 pounds. All right, you can stabilize now if you want. What do you think now?
I think you should play on, Mr. McEnroe.
I like that. A gambler once again. All right. Now remember, you could lose everything, okay? Here's question 5. It is for 6,000 pounds, but I take 100 pounds a second if you redline. Let's drop that red line rate now. There it is. Here's the question. List 3 of the 4 singles by the Beatles with the word love in the title. You may answer the question.
Can't Buy Me Love?
Can't Buy Me Love is correct. No, I'm presuming you must have been a big Beatles fan. No.
Love Me Do.
Love Me Do is correct. 2 down, 1 more to go.
She Loves You.
Correct, Steve. The other one was All You Need Is Love. That is good stuff. Steve is now up to 14,000 pounds. You can smell the finish line. And you have to stabilize now. There's the stabilized amount at 14,000 pounds. The only thing you have to worry about is redlining it all away. And we drop that red line rate again. Uh-oh. This is your second heart stopper. It lasts 20 seconds. You must not redline it. It's 100 pounds a second if you do. Steve's heart rate went down there. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating. I know that. Woo, is that hot? You did not lose anything. You're still at 14,000 pounds, which is stabilized. You're looking in very good shape for at least that much. 2 questions to go. You're almost there. Question 6, for 12,000 pounds, if you redline, you lose 200 pounds a second. Here's the question. Celtic, Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal. Which British football team won the 1967 European Cup? You may answer the question.
Celtic.
Celtic, Steve, is also correct. Can you believe this? Steve is 1 question away from hitting the jackpot. I'm presuming you're feeling pretty good right now.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. Pretty good. This is your 7th and final question. Is Steve going to be in 7th heaven in a second? We're going to find out, because this is for 24,000 pounds. You lose 500 pounds a second if you redline. That money can go fast. We drop your redline rate one last time. Here's your final question, Steve. For the whole kit and caboodle. 1988, 1990, 1992, or 1994? In which year did Margaret Thatcher's 11-year reign as Prime Minister end? You may answer the question. For 24,000 pounds more. And a knockout, 50,000 pounds. Steve will win if he gets this right.
I think it's 1990.
You know something, Steve? You're 50,000 pounds richer right now.
I just didn't count on anything, and when he said you won £50,000, it was just like, oh wow, and everything went, and probably my heart shot through the roof, but who cares? The money's mine. Hey. I'm not certain about it being the easiest 50 grand, but I'm certainly going to spend it. My heart is going through the roof.
Tonight, Steve Ball's ability to control his heart has won him 50,000 pounds. Next week, more contestants will be testing themselves to the limit as they try and defeat the chair.